Well, let's shift gears now and talk about hyperrealism. As you can see, we're joined on the program by Dr. Zainab Magaji. And a doctor there is not a PhD, she's a medical doctor. She's an ambigram artist, hyperrealism artist, visual artist, and we have her live in our Abuja studio. Good morning, doctor. Welcome to the Morning Brief.
Thank you for having me.
I love how you combine medicine with art in that sense, so science with art. So maybe it's not true that you only go one route. You can actually choose science and art in that sense. But speak to us about how, first, you're able to combine this. Which one are you? Are you artist by day, doctor by night, or doctor during the day, artist by night?
Well, for me, art has always been something I think it's been a childhood talent. I grew up to love art, and I can say that I was always found drawing. As well, to be very honest, I think I only had arts class, a formal arts class in primary school. Afterwards, it was just me freestyling and doing all of that. I thought at a point I was going to be an architect. In fact, it was a dilemma for me to choose between art and to choose between medicine and architecture. But I realized I had a very, very strong passion for medicine, and I went into it hoping to still combine both at the end of the day, which I'm really happy I'm doing that now. So yes, I'm doctor during the day and artist usually at night.
Beautiful. And you also find a way to combine ambigram with hyperrealism. You know, so hyperrealism is like looking at some sort of 4K HD image, right? Then ambigram is finding a way to use calligraphy and all of that. So yet again, you are exploring, I won't call them two different or extreme ends of, art, but basically they're different. But how are you able to still find a way to combine that as well?
Okay, so generally, I think I'm a kind of person that likes challenges. I like challenging myself. I don't really like the mundane. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't give me the adrenaline. So I like to explore things. And with ambigrams, I think I came across ambigrams from a book, Angels and Demons from Dan Brown. So since then, I actually found it really fascinating how you could actually read, like, you could have like a calligraphy, and when you turn it upside down, it reads like the same thing or different things. Like, initially I thought I couldn't do it. I kept trying, and I found that eureka moment, and it was really exciting for me. And since then, I have made so many ambigrams. I think I've probably made more than 100. And I keep challenging myself on a daily basis. And with anything you set yourself to do, I believe it's all about practice. The more you practice, the more you get better. So there's really no limit.
So let's talk about the commerce or the viability of this ambigram, because you talked about the fact that you like things that give you that adrenaline pump. Money is a good thing that can give anybody that pump. So how is it viable? How viable is it? I think that's my question.
Sorry, can you come again?
I was asking how viable it is, your arts, how viable it is.
Okay, well, it is quite viable. It's, Hello?
Go on, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead. Oh, dear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Please go ahead. We're listening to you.
Okay. Well, it's something that anybody can do, to be honest, once you set yourself to doing it.
All right. We were hoping that you would elaborate more on the viability of the art pieces that you're producing, and the target audience that it appeals to, and perhaps we could also get an insight into what the figures are. But let's talk about using your work to empower young people, particularly the girl child in the North that you represent, and some of your works speak to, culture and the need for its preservation. So how are you reflecting on reproducing yourself, as a unique female voice from a part of the country where we do not really have many of them?
Honestly, I've realized that being a woman from northern Nigeria, it's quite rare to find an artist. In fact, you rarely find them, but of course the figures are increasing now. And that's why I hope to really inspire more younger women, more girls from northern Nigeria to also pursue their dreams. They shouldn't allow anything to stand by their way. Currently, I have a number of mentees that I actually mentor. In fact, there's a medical student who also is currently studying at Barry University, kind of where I graduated from, who is also into hyperrealism. I love that she's also trying to combine both, and she's actually doing well in both. She's doing well academically, as well as I can see the growth in her art practice.
Fantastic. So you're infecting others, basically, with this with this good thing called art. I know you also call Dr. Ambigram. Almost sounds like a superhero name, right? But this is Women's History Month, and there's been a lot of talk around empowering women, ensuring there's better inclusion, and all of that. What message, particularly from your own subsector, and I'm not talking medicine, I'm talking art, maybe you can talk medicine too, but what message do you have for women who are maybe still a bit skeptical, also from your region, a bit skeptical about getting into art, or for parents who are a bit skeptical about allowing their children, girl children now, get into art? What will be your message, at least to drive the point home for this month?
Okay, first I would like to say that art is beyond what you just see. Art can inspire, art can educate, it can drive social change and make a lot of difference in the world. Gone are the days when people just think he's just an artist or she's just an artist. It's beyond that. You're making so much change. Your voice can be the voice of the voiceless. And honestly, I would say that coming from a home where I was given that room to actually express myself and to pursue art, because not every parent will actually be okay with it, especially when you're studying medicine, or in fact, they would think you'd be diverted from your primary goal, which is, because most parents, I can see a lot of Nigerian parents have that mindset that if you're not just a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer, then you're like a failure. So I'm actually happy that I got parents that are very supportive. And when I got married too, I was lucky to get married to a very supportive husband as well. So yes, like every woman out there, every girl child out there that is willing to be an artist should actually not allow anything to come in the way. Have the focus, know your target, and work towards it.
Dr. Zainab Magaji, Dr. Ambigram, I have to thank you so much for being a part of the show and for inspiring us with your story. Wish you the best, will I say in the theater or while you're seeing your patients, depending on where you work, but all the best.
Thank you for having me.
We're not done just yet. When we return, there's something interesting for you. You don't want to miss this, so stay with us.